I'm in love with your body. With your body. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something new. I'm in love with the shape of. Hey. The shape of. The shape of you. The shape of. Hey. I'm in love with the shape of you.
All right, everybody, let's see if this is working. Here we are. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Are we here? Look, I'm blending into the white background. I need some more color. That's for sure. Where did I go? Let's get rid of that for a second. Black background, that'll work. This is weird. I feel like I look weird on the computer screen today. It must be my whiteness. I need a vacation. I need some sun. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Yes, we can start. Let's get into it right now. Let's hit it up. Let's do it. Khadija, we're in there. I'm in space. Yeah. Well, let's put me better in space. You know, I love the YouTube, and the YouTube has the live space cam. So let's put it in space for real. Let's do it like that. Oh, look, there's music as well. That's nice. Oh, wait. Oh, I've lost it. I don't know where it's going on. I'm floating around somewhere. Here we go. Now we're actually in space. See, check it out. Floating in space. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's get off of that. Stop being weird. Let's get into what we're actually going to work on today. And let me pull up my content. But first of all, let's do some shout outs to everyone in the chat. What are you talking about, man? Hajar, I'm going to be talking about grammar right away. I'm going to be hitting you up with some grammar. Pilar, hello, Pilar. I don't know why I didn't see you last time you were here. I think you were away somewhere else. Hello, Edgar. What's up, buddy? Joyce, hello. Joyce. Double name. Lolly, Joyce. Got it. Khadija, hello. Sidra, hello. Grammar. You like the grammar? Well, we're going to hit you with some grammar today, and it's going to be awesome. Who else is in here? Lila, hello, Lila. Hello, Judith. Hello, how you doing? Keeping me on time. Alex, my love, how are you? Who else we got in the chat here? A few other people. Arij, there's Arij. Arij, you haven't been with us for a while. Welcome back. Where were you? You got to tell me where you were. Teacher takes notes every day. Where were you? Who else? Lolly's in the chat. What's up, Lolly? Your new best friend, Joyce. Lolly. Very nice. Who else we got in here? Cool. Khadijah's back there. Sidra. Okay. All right. I think we got everybody. All right. We're ready to roll. Hajar. Hello, Hajar. How are you doing? And Jose. What's up, Jose? And Nihal. What's up, Nihal? Awesome. You guys are here. Let's get it going. Let me get into what exactly we're going to be working on today. So today is the day where we're gonna hit you with some grammar. We're gonna hit you hard. It's gonna be difficult. I'll be honest with you. Hello, Vinny. How you doing? Ziad, what's up? What's up with the black background? I don't know. I just show up here and there's a background there. So I didn't choose it. It's just kind of there. I don't control it. So let's pull up some content and let's get you. So let me hit you with this again. This is exactly what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be taking you into some wonderful grammar here. So as always, please support Kareem the Dream. Oh, he's over there. Kareem the Dream, right? The man right there. The man, the legend. Please support him. And don't forget to support me as well. We love hanging out with you guys. But bring your friends. Bring your friends to these chats. We want to see more people all the time. Anybody you know who's interested in just learning a little bit of English every week, please bring them. Of course, you can check us out on Discord. Get into some chats. Hang out with the other people who you meet during the chat. That's the best part. And of course, you can always check us out. You can always come to us, see us on the Smrt website here. Bing, bing, bing. It's all there. And Smrt English on YouTube. Check it out. There's the legend right there. Sean. You know Sean, the man of mystery. Look at him there, looking all cool. Believe he's a knight now, so we call him Sir Sean. So he's very, unfortunately, Sean is he's just so busy these days, but we would love to hang out with. Hello, Gilmara. Where have you been? You've been away. The teacher's been noticing. Teacher's been taking attendance. Notice that you've been away. Sorry, Hajar. I do speak fast, but you'll get used to it, and your English will be better because of it. This is really bright. I feel like everything's brighter today. You can see my whiteness and my need of a vacation. Hello, Happy Face. Hello from Algeria. Hello, Happy Face. Great name. Love it. Awesome. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to do hello, Farah. How you doing? I see you there. You're in as well. So let's jump into what we're going to be working on today. And let's start with this. So maybe we'll just jump right in. Normally we do a question of the day, but I actually don't have a question of the day today. So if you wanna give me some question of the day, feel free. But I think what we're going to do, we're just going to jump into it straight today, because there's a lot of stuff to do here, and I want to get you acquainted with some of this stuff we're going to use here. So open up your Smrt document, and I'd like you guys to go check out the warm-up vocabulary section, because we're going to look at a few new words. So today we're going to talk about adverbs of degree. And you know the basic ones for sure, but now we're going to introduce you to a little more variety. We're going to give you some better, my face is lighting up, isn't it? It's super bright in here. Like, these things are like right on me. It's really bright. Okay, anyways, you'll have to look at my tremendously white face until I get some color. But these lights are all over the place. So anyways, ignore that. Let's go here. So let's check out this. We're going to look at adverbs of degree today. So you know the basic ones. So take a look at these. I'm going to show you a big list, and I want you to take a look. And I got some formal, informal ones. So basically, they can be both formal or informal. So before we do this lesson, I'm actually going to teach you these ones first, kind of the reverse than what we usually do. So take a look at your list, and I want you to take a look at these ones. So let's start with the basic ones here. Let's start with the low ones, or better yet, let's start with the normal ones here. Okay, so for example, if I say it is hot, it is cold, you don't say anything, right? You just say it is hot, it is cold, he is nice, she is nice, we are awesome, you guys are awesome, whatever, okay? So we don't say anything. There's no adverb there. But the other adverbs I want to teach you, adverbs of degree. So what is degree? Degree is how much, right? So let's look at a few different ones. So now you know the normal ones. We always say very in English. It is very hot. It is really hot. You know those ones, of course. What's another way to say very? Extremely, incredibly, and actually I should probably have those in their own category. So I might make a change to that. Extremely. Sounds like more, doesn't it? Let me add my own category here. I believe that's... anyways, I'll leave them here for now because I don't want to mess with this right now. That might take too much time. But I'm just going to introduce you to a few different ways that you can use adverbs of degree. And correct, Ziad's already on it. Way too. Ooh, I like that one. Let me add that one because that's a good one. I want to add that as well. Very nice. Correctus. Good one. Way too hot. Awesome. And there's more. I'll try to introduce you to a few more as well, but we're going to look at some basic ones today. So what's another way to say really or very? Well, you can also say extremely. You can also say incredibly, and those ones are quite similar to those as well. And the good thing about all those is that you can say them anytime. They're all formal or informal. All right, now imagine, let's move over to this category here. Imagine we want to be a little bit more formal. So what's another way to say really or very or incredibly or extremely, except sounding a little bit more formal, like you know what I mean? You can say exceptionally. So that's another way you want to sound more formal. Remarkably. Certainly. Certainly sounds kind of funny, right? It sounds like you're speaking really formally. And indeed. It is indeed hot. And again, those ones really sound more formal. So if you're just speaking with us every day, you won't use them. But if you were writing, that might be a good opportunity to use those. And of course, the cool stuff. Let's take a look at the cool stuff. What are some different ways to say, kind of like a really or a very, but really, really informal, like take your tie off and swing it around. So, it's so hot. It's super hot. It's unbelievably hot. It's awfully hot. It's seriously hot. That's a good one. Terribly hot. Ridiculously hot. Hot and freaking hot. And freaking is another way to say the other word, slightly more polite. Okay, so those are all the ones. So these are all the same. So you can basically say very similarly, extremely hot, exceptionally hot, freaking hot, and all of them have the same meaning except the formality is different. One is kind of everything, one is very formal, like wearing a tie, and when the other one's formal, like waving it around in the air like you don't care. All right, so that's those. Now let's go a little bit lower. So what is a little? How are we doing so far? Hugely hot. Could you use hugely hot? Probably not. Huge is really about size. Sometimes you can, like for example, terribly hot, horribly hot. Let me add that one as well. I gave you some of the basic ones, but this list could be bigger, right? So let me add horribly. Why not? But horribly does not mean horrible. It doesn't mean bad. In this situation, it just means very, and we're going to look at that as well. Let me get rid of that because I'm not supposed to have that. Okay, so then we got those. Okay, so far, intensely hot works. That one works. Highly in some situations, right? So unfortunately, so the ones that I gave you in this paper are pretty common, and you can use them in almost any situation. But there are some times when you cannot use some words together. Like you cannot say hugely hot. Huge is really about size. And you cannot, and we don't usually say highly hot. Why? I don't know. It sounds like it should work, but it doesn't work in English. So we don't say highly hot. So some of the things we can say, some of the things we can't. So I've given you the normal ones that we usually use. Now, what is more? What is more than very? What is more than really? What is more than extremely? Well, too. So I know some students, they like to say, oh, it's too hot, but that doesn't exactly sound very good. If you say it's too hot outside, it's like it sucks. I can say, oh my God, it's really hot outside. Kind of depends on the sound of your voice, right? So yeah, badly hot, not really. No, Hajar can't hear me. Let me take this off. Let's see if I can pump up my mic a little bit. Unfortunately, Hajar, this is all I got. Hopefully that's better. Okay. All right, so there we go. So what can you say? You can say too hot. Now if you say it's too expensive, it's too hot, it's too bad, it means it sucks, right? It sucks. So if you say too, it's always a negative idea. Like that house is too expensive, that car is too expensive. It's a negative idea. But if you say, if you say something is really expensive, I guess it's not necessarily a negative idea. It could be, right? It depends how you say it. But if you say too or way too hot, it's way too hot, that's always a negative idea. Okay, so far so good. Lolly, very nice. I like it. Wildly hot, awfully hot. Corretus, very nice. Those ones all work. It's damn hot to reach. That's a good one as well. So you guys are making my list a lot bigger here. So I might as well add a few more because so let's wildly hot. Damn hot, yes, you're right. We can say that as well. What else are we doing? Excessively. Excessively sounds formal, so I'm going to put that in the formal section. But yes, again, you're giving me a few more, so why not? Let's add them all. What else? What is the meaning of sucks? Sucks means it's bad, Sidra. So if you say hot weather sucks, it means hot weather is bad. If you say that movie sucked, like in the past, that movie was bad. My salary is too high. Judith, your salary can never be too high. If your salary is too high, you're doing good. So we probably wouldn't say my salary is too high. You could say incredibly high, but too sounds bad. And I don't think good high salary is bad, so I think you wouldn't say it. Beastly hot, Edgar? No, not that one, buddy. Sorry. Excessively? Yeah. And excessively, would that be another way to say, oh, you're right, you know what? I might put that, would it be up here? It's too excessively expensive. It's too expensive. Maybe that's up there. It's tricky. It's tricky to put these things into a category, right? Because it's language, it's not science. But maybe you're right with that one, Ziad. Excessively would be like too, except more formal. What else we got here? Well, I'm glad, oh, I can't say your name, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. Exceedingly, unbearably, Luciana, very nice one. Yeah, good. So that'd probably be an informal one. Informal. Unbearable. Unbearably hot. Yeah, I agree. That's another one you could use. It's unbearably hot. The reason I wrote this is because it's never negative. Salary too high. The reason I wrote it is because it is never negative. Salary is too high. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you would never say that. Is that the meaning there? Yeah, you would never say salary is too high, because if it's high, you're pretty happy about that. All right, cool. So we got those. I'm going to keep going on these. Now, let's look at a little bit lower. So, of course, we have it is hot, but what's lower than that? So a little bit lower than that would be these ones. So let me zoom in on these. So here's a couple others. Now, these ones are formal or informal, so you can say them anytime. So, for example, fairly. So you have hot, fairly hot. Got it? So it is hot or it is cold. It is fairly cold. It is quite cold. Basically, you can kind of use those ones as kind of an informal, formal or informal. Both of them are okay. Now these ones are not perfect. Like I'm kind of trying to separate them into categories, but honestly, like if you look over in the informal ones where it says there, if you look over in the informal ones where it says pretty hot, honestly, that could be formal or informal. Why? So I'm going to put that. I'm actually going to change that one. And if you say kind of hot, well, I think to me, kind of doesn't sound formal. So that's why I didn't put it in that category. And if you say it's kind of hot, it's sort of hot, it's somewhat hot, to me, those don't sound formal. So that's why I put them in the informal category. But, you know, fairly, quite, and pretty, I think those can be anytime. Okay, so that's another way to say it. It's slightly hot. Yes, slightly hot. Now, why? Maybe there's a reason I didn't put slightly in there. It's slightly hot. No, sounds good. Maybe is it possible I forgot it, or did I leave it out? Sometimes you can say some words, right? Like slightly hot, slightly expensive. Yeah, you can say those things. Okay, let me add it, and if we come across a mistake, I'll tell you. But so yeah, I'm going to add that to the category as well. Okay, so formal. You say, oh, it's rather hot today. It's relatively hot. Those all sound pretty formal. And then informal. It's kind of hot, sort of hot, somewhat hot, slightly hot. Slightly sounds weird, I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's formal. Maybe that's why. It's slightly hot. It's not informal, is it? No, that's the problem. I'm going to change that. So I'm making a few changes here. It's slightly hot. That might be more formal than informal. It's not that hot. Yeah, you could use that as well. Where would you put that one? It's a little bit hot. Okay. It's a little. Okay, let's put that in here. So let's put a little bit in there. Man, this is going to be a big list. I tried to do a few, but now it's getting bigger. It's not that hot. Yeah, so that would be in a negative sentence. I'm not going to put, you're right, Arich, it's good. I just won't put it in there just to keep it less confusing, but you're right, it is a good one. Reasonably hot. Yeah, that's a good one. Reasonably hot. And that sounds formal to me. So I'm going to put that one in there. All right, I like this. You guys are doing a lot of work for me. You're giving me a bigger list, but it's good. Can we say considerably hot for very hot? Yes, it's considerably hot outside. Yes, you can. And what would it be? It sounds kind of formal, doesn't it? It's considerably hot outside. Yes, I agree. You can say it. So just remember, I'm trying to give you rules for these situations. Barely is a little. It's barely hot. That would be even lower. That would be an extra low category. So I'm trying to give you rules for formal, informal. Like you can say anything in that category for sure. Formal, yeah, and then informal is just for for speaking usually. It's difficult to separate them, but this will give you a pretty good idea. Like that's over there, that's over there. It's barely hot. Okay, let's go even lower. It's barely hot outside. We wouldn't say that very often, right? We would probably just say, oh, it's not really hot outside or something like that. It's barely hot out. It's barely cold. Yeah, you can. Okay, let's put it here and let's see. We'll see if it works. I might change. It's. I think you're looking for unbelievably, right, Arij? Maybe in the informal one. It's unbelievably hot outside. I think so. UN. It's moderately hot. Yeah, you could use that one. Okay, all right. This is going to be a very big list. You guys are giving me a huge list. So moderately, okay, that works as well. Again, sounds kind of formal, but that sounds fine. No, you want to use it's believably hot. You would have to say believably reach with the ly because we're looking at adverbs today. But I don't think we would never say it's believably hot, but we would say it's unbelievably hot, meaning really hot, sufficiently hot. Yeah. Okay. Now we're getting into different changes of the meaning, right? Horribly difficult is good. So we have to be careful because, for example, Ziad, when you're saying sufficiently, sufficient is not exactly like the same as these ones. It's more like, is it enough, right? So the meaning is starting to change, and I'm really going to try to focus on just grades, like really hot, super hot, too hot, fairly hot, barely. Even barely sounds a little weird, but okay. All right, good. All right, cool. Again, Edgar, same thing. This is going away from the topic a little bit. It's like acceptably hot means like that's more opinion. And I'm trying to keep it on a grade, like just really or not really, kind of like this. So I'm going to keep it here. I'll let you know if we're going away from it a little bit. But I think most of what we have is good. When did we start, Salua? We started 26 minutes ago, approximately. All right, so this is what we're going to look at today. So now I'm going to hit you with some sentences. And I'd like you guys to go down here and let's talk about these sentences. So let's start with number 1. And now your job, I would like you to take the adverb of degree that we learned, anything you want, and put it in the correct category. And again, the good thing about this is that you can modify the sentence so it makes sense for you. So if you say, for me, learning English isn't hard, but for you guys, you can say kind of hard, somewhat hard, super hard, incredibly hard, too hard, whatever you want. So I'd like you to put that. So I want you to use that sentence. And again, I want you to tell me, where do I put my adverb of degree? Do I put it after hard, before hard? You know what I mean? What's the position? So I would like you to write the full sentence in the chat. And that way we can also look, did you put it in the correct position? So Ziad's got one here. Learning English is extremely hot. I'm glad you find it sexy, Ziad. You're the only one. JB, somewhat, fairly, very too. Okay, he's hitting me with some more here. Somewhat, fairly. Yeah, we got those. Significantly, I don't have that one. It is significantly hot. I'm going to say no to that one because it's starting to sound like important, and I don't want it to sound like important. I want to stay within like the grades, like really, super, kind of, like this. So I might say no to that one. It is largely hot, is hardly hot, it is barely. Well, I guess if we have hardly, we can also have, if we have barely, we can probably have hardly as well. Those ones sound weird though, I'll be honest with you. So, okay, quite hard, okay, good. Joyce, certainly hard, very nice, good. And again, you can literally use any of these because if you want to speak this way, you can speak that way. But just keep in mind, if you're ever doing a test like an IELTS test or an FCE, you would want to choose a little bit more carefully the combinations that you use. Like you're not going to talk about some chart, so so the trends, you're saying, oh, it increased, you know what I mean. Anyways, you know what I mean. Certainly hard sounds good. All right, still on number 1. Okay, good. Fairly hard, very nice, good. So you got the position right? Fairly hard, kind of hard, you know that. Good. Phrasal verbs are extremely hard to learn for non-native speakers. I agree, they're pretty nuts, right? They're pretty crazy. So 5 degrees, 1 to 5. You mean like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hard to say, Correctus. I don't want to give you, this is not science, right? So I don't want to give you like, oh yeah, this is what we use. I would say the first 4 we use all the time, like except like 2, super, nothing, kind of, and then 4 for sure. The last one, barely and hardly, less often, but the other ones for sure. So I would say the top 4 we use the most. Not hard at all. All you need to do is practice. Correct. All right, let's do another one. Sumo wrestlers. Tell me about sumo wrestlers. You guys have seen sumo wrestlers before, and if you haven't, allow me to pull up a photo. Sumo. Let's take a look at a sumo wrestler. These are sumo wrestlers. Look at these guys. That's not real. So hold on. Let's find a real one. These guys are sumo wrestlers. Look at those guys. Pretty tough, pretty strong. That's a real dude, I think. That probably really happened. So what do you guys think about sumo wrestlers? How strong are they? Is that a real photo? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, there we go. So sumo wrestlers, what do you think? How strong are they? Give me your opinion on that. So let's go. Incredibly strong. All right, good. So let's move it up to number 2 here. Let me throw that out. So let's go here. Number 2. So sumo wrestlers and strong. What do you think about that? No worries, Alex. No worries. Okay. Sumo wrestlers, incredibly strong, super strong. Not too strong. Even too strong is almost changing the meaning, right? But yeah, okay. Super strong, I agree. Yeah, and that's a nice combo. Super strong, right? Superman is super strong. All right, let's go to this one. This one's a little more challenging. Finding your ideal partner seems difficult. I agree. That's difficult. How difficult is it? Is it ooh, can I add that one? Unbelievably difficult. Okay. Extremely fat. Well, they're also pretty muscular. Extremely, yeah. Okay. So let's hear. Can I add that? What was the one I wanted to use? You could, to this one, impossibly difficult. Is that changing the meaning? Okay, I won't use that one. But again, you know, I'm being creative with language, but there are good combinations like super strong. We always say that. Incredibly hot. We always say that. Somewhat difficult, unless you put a comma. So I would say this one here. So remember, so one of the rules we're going to talk about is when you have an adjective. So let me disappear for a sec. When you have an adjective like difficult, you usually want to put the adverb of degree before the adjective. Incredibly difficult, super difficult, kind of difficult. So usually you're going to put it there. All right, so there we go. All right, so a few more answers. Finding your ideal partner is so difficult. Yeah, remarkably, ly. So today everything we're using, most of them are going to have ly in them because we're using adverbs today. And if you say remarkable, that's an adjective because of the abl. Okay, what else we got? Absolutely, Sultan, absolutely strong. Unfortunately, you cannot say absolutely here, and I'll try to, I hope I have it in my grammar challenge, why, but you cannot say absolutely here, and there's a reason for that. So you could say incredibly, super, all of those words, but not absolutely. What else we got here? Farah, horribly strong, that works. Yeah, that works as well. And horribly doesn't mean bad. It just means really. It's kind of like an informal way to say it. Okay, let's do another here. Here we go. What do we got here? Let's do this one about 7. Because you know your teacher's not knowledgeable, right? He doesn't know anything. Number 7, my parents were strict when I was young. How strict were your parents? Super strict. Kind of strict. Somewhat strict. Too strict, right? What do you think? So my parents being strict when I was young. What do you think about that one? How strict were your parents when you were young? Luciana, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that your lifestyle is going to be amazingly awesome. That's a nice combination. Amazingly awesome. Very creative. I like it. Fairly strict. Okay, good. Very nice. Insanely. Ooh, nice one, Ziad. Ziad, help me out here. I got to add that one. That's a good one. Insanely, like crazily. But we don't say crazily, but we do say insanely strict. Very nice. And the other one was amazingly. Can I put amazingly? It's amazingly hot. It's amazingly awesome. Yeah, okay, why not? It's a bit of a stretch, but you can do it. That's being pretty creative with language, because it's just, yeah, but that'll work. That works as well. Okay. My parents were fairly strict when I was young. Okay. Hello, Walid. Come on in, buddy. We're talking about your parents. Not your parents, but all parents. My parents were extremely strict. Okay, good, very nice. And again, maybe while we're doing this, let's get a little more information. If you give an answer, tell us why. So if you say my parents were insanely strict, why? Give us an example of your parents and what did they do that was insanely strict and how did they treat you? All right, let's do another one here. Let's jump into this one. This is a good one. Let me disappear for a sec. My fashion looked funny. So give us an adverb when I was in junior high school. So yeah, probably you're right, Ridge, probably everyone's. Oops, that's not what I wanted to give. Anyways, if you're not caught up in the lesson, that's what we're working on. And here's the sentence. All right, Edgar, my parents were unbearably. And again, don't forget your ly, guys, because today we're using adverbs. And when you use the adverb, you have to use ly, horribly, ly, insanely, ly. You know what I mean. So don't forget your ly when you're spelling it. Number 8, my fashion looked funny when I was in junior high school. What did you wear when you were in junior high school? So I'll share first. There you go. Luciana, the truth. And tell us why. So once you give us a sentence, I want you to tell us why you looked ridiculously funny. Good word. I got to add that. Ridiculously. Oh, I had that one already, didn't I? So when you give us a word, yeah, oh, I did. Okay, cool. So when you give us one, I want you to tell us why. So I'll tell you why I looked ridiculously funny in high school. This is the reason I looked ridiculously funny in high school, because this look right here was the thing. You want to wear acid wash jeans, and not only that, they needed to be tight. Ridiculously funny. Okay, so give me your answer. Hello, Kareem, what's up? Come on in, buddy. We're talking about bad fashion. Okay, so this was my horrible fashion in the 90s. So tell me yours and tell me why. I want to know. Let's see here. What do we got here? Question about... So Lewis says, my parents were really understanding. Very nice. Good for you. As they let me hang out with my friends. Let me hang, no to. Just let me hang out with my friends. Because of let, because of that word let, there's no to. Any rule for the double ly? Good question, Caritas. So as you can see, most of the adverbs that we're using today don't have a double y. Except for exceptionally, right? Let's check the spelling of that, because that's a weird one. Exceptionally. No, it does have two. Can I spell it with one y? No, it's got two y's. Great question, Caritas. You can see, if you check out Google, there's not a lot of consistency, is there? That's really annoying, isn't it? So unusually double ly, uncommonly one ly, abnormally double ly. Unfortunately, I don't have the rule for you. Why? Why is it? Is it because of the, is it because of, I'm seeing, maybe it's because of the A, the vowels. Unusually, U-A-L-L-Y. Uncommonly has an N before the L, and it's only one L. Abnormally has an A before the L, and it's two L's. And atypically has an A before the L, so it's two L's. So maybe because of the vowel, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing, maybe because of the vowel, that it's a double L. Maybe. That could be a rule. I should probably add that. Luciana, I used to wear baggy jeans. Okay, so there we go. Let's do a little search for baggy jeans, because, they were a trend. And here we go. Let's take a look at some baggy jeans. Oh yeah, maybe like that. Luciana, maybe some baggy jeans like, maybe like this. Oh wait, why are these pictures so small? Oh yeah, let me show you crisscross, because crisscross was a thing. I never did this, by the way, but this was a thing. And these guys used to wear their pants backwards. Check that out. Why are these pictures so bloody small? Anyways, maybe you can see it there. These kids used to wear their pants backwards. That was a thing. Never did that, mind you, but that was a thing. All right, where are we at here? I read my fashion didn't look funny when I was in junior high school. Okay, fine. Normal fashions. Yeah, my fashion looked ridiculously funny when I was in junior high school. I would always wear clothes that didn't match. Okay, that's something you have to memorize. Yeah, I agree with the ly. But yeah, you know, it takes some time to learn fashion. You know what I mean? Maybe you still haven't learned it. I just learned a little bit about like matching colors. Like that color goes good with that, so do that. But don't do that. You know what I mean? And then you learn a few tricks along the way. Pilar, my fashion looked incredibly funny when I was in high school because of my hairstyle. Okay, very nice. Bad hairstyles are very common when you're young, right? Salua, when I was younger, I used to wear funky, F-U-N-K-Y clothes. Super funky clothes, incredibly funky clothes. How funky were your clothes? Good question. My fashion was only a little bit funny because I was moderate in my style. Okay, cool, no problem, good for you. Probably less embarrassment that way. Luciana seems to have found a rule, double L because the adjectives end in L already. Ooh, okay, that makes sense. Exceptional, exceptionally, of course. Okay, there's your rule. Maybe I'll have to add that. So double L, you have to use two L's if the adjective, so for example, exceptional, AL is an adjective, he is exceptional, changes to exceptionally, double ly, because there's already an L. Thank you. You taught me something today. Like it. All right, where are we at here? Moofly. Hello. Welcome, Moofly. Sound like Mowgli. Moofly. If the word ends on the vowels, then we use the double L. If the word ends on the vowel, we use the double L later. Possibly. I like, I think the other one. I think Luciana's answer is probably right, Sidra, I think. Okay, Patricia. Hello, Patricia. When I was a scout, I wore a uniform. That's what good scouts do. Flare jeans, Joyce. Yeah, flares, the ones that went out like that, like the bell bottoms or flares. Bell bottoms are really old, flares were a little bit later. All right, bell bottom jeans, yeah, all right. Okay, let's do one more. Edgy, is it an adverb? No, edgy is an adjective. Generally happy, edgy, smiley. Because it's not the ly, it's usually an adjective, not an adverb. All right, let's do one more, and then I think we need to jump in and do this grammar challenge. All right. Yeah, this one, number 10. I know you're not doing that today, but let me disappear for a sec. Taking a day off. Oops. Yeah, that's correct. Taking a day off on Monday feels so nice. What do you guys think about that? I know you're not taking a day off. You could, but you're here, and I appreciate that. Wonderfully nice. Ooh, that's a good one, Alessandro. I think I might have to add that to my list. I agree. Wonderfully nice. Let me add that. That's a good one. You can see this informal list is getting really big. I didn't intend it to get this big, but I'm glad you guys have helped me with that. I agree. It does feel wonderfully nice. Super nice. Taking a day off feels, ooh, it's a good word. Absurdly nice. Oh, you guys are just making this bigger. Absurdly. Very nice. This is actually cool. You guys are a really good way for me to create new English lessons because it just, you guys give me so much stuff. Remarkably nice. I agree. That is awesome. It is cool to take a break on Monday and take the day off. You know, just do whatever. Incredibly nice. Yes. Extremely nice. Yes. Thank you for being here. You are incredibly awesome for being here on a Monday. All right. So, shall we? Let's jump into this grammar challenge and let's look at some of the rules. And I think you guys got most of them already, so this should go pretty quickly. So let's start with the first one, and I'll do these answers for you. How do you recognize most, but not all? So now I'm jumping into the grammar challenge. All right. Oh, you have a day off, Pilar? You're lucky. All right, so here's question number 1. How do you recognize most adverbs of degree? Incredibly, usually, not fortunately. Incredibly, usually, very, really, right? A lot of those. Before the adjective, correct. That's one part of it. You put them before an adjective. But how do you understand? How do you, how do you recognize or identify, thank you, JB, the ly suffix, right? Incredibly, ly. Extremely, ly. Very, no, okay, very is not ly, really. A lot of them have ly, some of them don't. And you can see from the list, you'll just kind of learn. The more you speak English, you'll learn that. What is the biggest difference between an adverb does modify a verb or an adjective? Very nice, Caritas, that's good as well. Yeah, so usually you'll see it there, but I'm going to show it here as well. What is the biggest difference between sentences 1 to 8 and 9 to 13? Because I think there is some difference that I put in there. Just to show you, because this is students might make some mistakes here. So if you look at 1 to 8 and 9 to 13, what do you see is the biggest difference between where I put it? JB, particularly the ones that are derived from adjectives and ly, yeah. Intensify, yes they do. Okay, so you guys got it. You guys got all the meanings, right? Now, what's the biggest difference between sentences 1 to 8 and 9 to 13? Because there's a little difference here, and I just wanted to show you that little difference. Thank you, Sultan. Very nice. Articles. So basically nouns, right? So numbers, so I'll put this in here. Numbers 1 to 8 are only adjectives, have only adjectives. Be verb and no be verb? Yeah. I guess the difference I wanted to show is, did I only use the be verb in 1 to 8? No, because in number 4 I also used looks hard, going to be, but a lot, and also number 6 I said appear, and number 8 I said looked again. So I wanted to show that I was using the be verb a lot because of adjectives, but I also used a few other verbs as well. So numbers 9 to 13 have nouns. So you can see that the position is a little bit different. So sometimes you put it, really hot, or a really hot day. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. No, maybe it is what I want. Oh, maybe I just, okay, fine. Adjective, so really hot, really cold. And I just wanted to show that you also can have a noun. So really hot, it is really hot, or it is a really hot day. Just to avoid some confusion. Okay, next one. All right, all good there. It's hard, sounds hard, or sounds hard. It sounds hard, or it is sounds hard. Oh, it sounds hard. So the first one is correct. All right, next one. Which verbs are usually used with adjectives? And this is a bit of a thing. If you're Pilar, if you're asking about a Regis question, it's only number 1. Only number 1 is correct. So usually when we have an adjective, we use some words, and that's actually my next question. Which verbs, shouldn't be an F there, but that's okay. Which verbs are usually used with only adjectives? Look at the verbs in the warm-up. So I want you to think about which verbs are usually used with the adjectives. So for example, if I say, like, look at any of the sentences there. And what are the verbs that we usually use? And I've actually given you a list here. Be verb, thank you, Sidra, very nice. That's correct. Now let me give you the list here, because those are all the verbs which are similar. It's either the be verb, like Sidra said, or something similar to the be verb. Same kind of rule, like we use these ones a lot. What are the other words? What's similar to the be verb? But a little bit, thank you, Arij, very nice. Look, feel, sound, seem. And you can think, yes, correct. So look and seem are similar. And there's a few more similar to those two. Missing a couple more. So look, feel, sound, seem. What are the other ones? You look hot. You feel hot. I feel tired, whatever. You sound tired. You seem tired. And you smell tired. Yeah, you smell. Smell is correct. It smells good. Smells awesome. Smells great. taste, thank you. And yeah, I guess you could. I guess I could add that as well. Become. Okay, yep, we can add that as well. Become works as well. Okay, ooh, what's this word, JB? JB, explain that to me. I don't know what that means. The sense verbs. Yeah, sense, right? Is that, you just saying, you got a fancy word for sense, don't you? Appear as well, correct. Thank you, Abdurrahim. That's the other one I wanted. So look, seem, appear. Those ones are basically the same, right? And then you had you are hot, you seem hot, you feel hot, you look hot, you sound tired, you appear tired, you taste, don't taste your friends, this ice cream tastes delicious, and whatever, become hot as well. Good, very nice. Next one. We're going to yep, exactly. Okay, perfect. Oh, I didn't know that. Copulate verbs. Thank you. I learned something else today. Next one. Which verbs are used with adjectives and nouns? All of them. I think the answer was all, so let's just skip that one. Okay, look at the following sentences. What is the rule for adverbs? I might skip a few of these because I think you guys got it. Nope, that's okay. Skip. Okay, here we go. Next one. I'm just going to disappear for this one because I want you to see everything here. So look at this one here. I'll put the question in the chat. But here's the rule that I was talking about earlier. So check this out. All of the adverbs you are learning today all of the adverbs of degree you are learning today cannot be used with these words. Let me show you the words. Okay, so all of the words in the second sentence are adjectives. Alive, black, boiling, correct, dead, enormous. But you cannot say really alive, really black, really boiling, correct, really dead. You cannot say those. You cannot say any of those things. So the question is why? Why not? Correct. Thank you, JB, because they are not gradable. So for example, if I say you are alive, okay? You're kind of alive. No, not really. You are alive or you are not. Yes, exactly. You are either that or not that. You are black. You are black or not black. It's not really black, kind of black. No, it sounds racist. Correct. You are correct or not correct. Not really correct, not kind of correct. It's 100% or 0. So all of those adjectives are 100%, like totally yes or totally no. So what can you say? There's other words you can say. Now, we won't do it today so much because that's kind of a different lesson. Totally alive. Completely black. Absolutely boiling. Totally dead. Absolutely enormous. Those are okay, but because those ones are 100%. You're kind of black, Joyce? All right, you can say that because you are kind of black, then you're the only person who can say it. If you are kind of black, then you can say, I'm kind of black. There you go. Cool. All right, so I think you get what I'm saying. So everybody should not say that except Joyce because she's kind of black. All right, so there we go. Because they are not gradable, you cannot use them. Now, let's look one more. Last one. Let me disappear for 1 second. And you tell me, what's the difference between these two here? What is the difference between the meaning of these two sentences? So for example, if I say, he speaks English terribly. Or, oh sorry, let me change that. He speaks English, or his English is terribly good. There we go, that's better. So if you say one of those two things, if I say he speaks English terribly, or his English is terribly good, what's the difference in meaning between those two? Has everyone got that there? So there's two questions there. So what is the difference in the meaning, and what are the different types of adverbs? Get out of my way. All right, so one is negative, A is negative, correct, and B is positive. Correct. Arij, Judith, correct. Luciana, he speaks English. Yes, because it describes the verb. Yes, you are right. Good teacher explanation, Luciana. Very nice. Okay, good. You got it. First is, yes, the first one is, he speaks English terribly. So that is an adverb of manner, behavior. So let's just put that there. And you're right, it does connect to the verb. So that's correct. That's an adverb. He speaks English horribly. Adverb of manner. Number two, his English is terribly good, is not negative, it's positive, it's good, and that's an adverb of degree. So even because it's before the adjective good, it doesn't mean bad, it only means how much. A lot or not a lot. Okay, I think that's everything. Cool, are we all good? His English is terribly good. Adverb that increases the adjective correct. The first one means he does it correct. Here we go. Yeah, and Salua, I think you got it as well. All right, cool. All good, guys. Sweet. So here's what we're going to do. I had a list for you, but I deleted it because there wasn't anything new on there. So basically everything that I wanted to talk about today is on the top of the paper, all this stuff going on right here. So I'd like you guys to take those, and I would like you to make your own sentences. And again, choose your topic. So for example, these were my topics. Learning English is hard. Sumo wrestlers are super strong. Finding your ideal partner seems incredibly difficult. Rock climbing looks or appears really difficult or quite difficult. So I'd like you guys to take those, anything that you learned today, and I'd like you to make your own sentences. No, that's fine. I think just for today, we're going to get you to make your own sentence. So take this, I won't say write, I'll just say write your own sentences. Write your own sentences using adverbs of degree. Okay, so use something new. If you're like, oh, I never knew about unbelievably, then make a sentence with unbelievably. And if you didn't know about insanely, then make a sentence with insanely. Okay, so, and when you're done, throw your sentence in the chat. We can have a talk about it. I can check, make sure that your grammar is a-okay, probably. Or you can just ask JB. JB is all good too. Okay, so go ahead. Once you're done, make a sentence, throw it into the chat. We're going to check it. We're going to talk about it. So let me make one myself. Let me see which adverbs do I like. Wonderfully, absurdly, insanely, freaking, horribly, wildly. What do I want to use? Okay, I'm going to write one about Australia because I used to live in Australia. I'm going to write summer in Australia is damn hot, and I love it. There we go. So there we go. I used damn to modify hot. Is damn hot. What do you got? All right, what do we got here? Sidra, the memory of ancient people. Memory is your subject, Sidra, so you want to say the memory of ancient people was exceptionally remarkable. Then it's a good sentence. So remember, the subject is not people, the subject is memory because it's your first noun. Usually the first noun is the subject and the other one connects. Canada is a big country. How big is Canada, JB? Tell me. Is it freaking big? Would I go back to the sentences? Yes, I can do that. So here you go. Here are the sentences here. There's a few. Can you see that? So take one of those, modify it, make your own sentence. Damn does mean good. I agree. Damn good. Ice cream is damn good. Beer is damn good. What is today's topic, Garum? Today's topic is adverbs of degree. You might have to go back and watch this video because we're just kind of going to the last section here. But we're looking at how to modify incredibly hot, super hot. It's damn big, JB. Canada's super big. It's the second, according to territory, I think it's the second biggest country in the world. Although most of it's just kind of frozen ice and tundra that people don't really want to live in. So you could say it's the biggest, but not everybody wants to live there. Japan is a country with no, sorry, Edgar, you got to, so after amazingly, you got to use an adjective. So if you said Japan is a country with amazingly advanced technology, then you're rocking and rolling. But because technology is a noun, you need an adjective before that, and then you're good. Joyce, passing all of my classes is awfully difficult. I agree, it is. Good sentence. Awfully difficult, perfect. Sultan, Scotland's weather is super cold. I imagine you're right. I don't imagine I would agree because I'm Canadian and I think I get super cold quite often, but I understand where you're coming from. Hey, Mohammed. What's up, buddy? Arij, in 10 years, my lifestyle is going to be super awesome. I certainly hope so, and I think it will be, Arij. I think it will be awesome. Much of Canada is uninhabitable. Yeah, you're right, and that's an absolute adjective. Totally uninhabitable, because you wouldn't say really uninhabitable or kind of uninhabitable. You would say as a total one. And pregnant is one as well. You cannot say really pregnant and kind of pregnant. You can only say absolutely pregnant. We never say that, though. I think the movie was absolutely wonderful. Perfect, Pilar. Very nice. In California, the commute is incredibly hard. Some people do not tolerate and move to different states, ES, but the salary is higher than other states with an S. Smart English is insanely addictive. I frickin' hope so, Luciana. Awesome. Sentence of the day. Ding, 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 ding. Boom. Wheezy is running quickly. Who's Wheezy, Boofly? Who is Wheezy? Tell me. Show me a picture. What else we got here? Learning English is absurdly difficult. Nice combo. I like it. Absurdly difficult. Childbirth is extremely painful. I wouldn't know, but I guess it's got to be extremely painful. This whiskey is bloody strong. Perfect. That's if it's either that one or Luciana's. I'm not sure. Both of those are pretty awesome. And what did you use? Bloody strong. Yeah, bloody. I gotta add that one. That's a shout out to my Australian people, right? Or British as well. Bloody strong, right? Perfect. Nice combo. Picasso's paintings are completely amazing. Completely you cannot use, Pilar, because amazing. Now here's the thing. Sometimes in English we break the rules. Like I can say, people, not I, everybody says really amazing. But we never say kind of amazing. So people are breaking the rules because maybe they don't know the rule. So the correct way is we should say absolutely amazing, totally amazing, completely amazing. Those are correct. But you generally, I know it's starting to change, so you can say really amazing and it's okay. Completely amazing is okay. Wait, did I just give you a lesson about a thing that you didn't? No, I think you were right. Maybe I just went off on a tangent. A tangent is something when you just start talking about something. You know what? Sorry. You were right, Pilar. I don't know what I was talking about. It's Monday. Give me a break. I'm getting there. I'm winding up. Alex, my life is ironically complicated. Yeah, but I think ironically is not usually in that position. Because you're changing the meaning. It's no longer really or super or kind of. Now you're changing the meaning. So some of them just mean really, and some of them have a bit of a different meaning. Kareem, my look is so funny because it doesn't give me pleasure. Look. Okay. My look, my appearance, like this, my looks are so funny because they don't give me something. I'm not too sure about the last one. Summer in Florida is extremely hot. I'm sure you're right. I like your bloody. What? Carretas? Are you talking about the other student? Carretas? I like your bloody Carretas. Okay, there we go. That's, yeah, the good word, right? Bloody strong, bloody hard, bloody. Just means hard. Very nice. Please do a class on mood, like emotions, Kareem. Is that what you want? Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do a class on mood. Sultan, getting. So again, Sultan, verb at the beginning of a sentence, say getting a good friend. Is an extremely brilliant thing. Because you have the word thing, you also need an. So you're going to say an extremely brilliant sounds like intelligent. So I don't know if that's the right word. If you said getting a good friend is an extremely difficult thing, then I would say, okay, that's a good sentence. But brilliant, I'm not too sure about that one. For being patient is extremely hard. Totally agree. Mufli drives slowly. Mufli talks about Mufli in the third person. I like it. Mufli drives slowly. And I need a lesson on how to avoid using passive, especially in my nursing notes. Avoid using passive? Why would you want to avoid using the passive, Arij? What's the reason? So give me a little more info on that. Why would you need to avoid the passive? Because generally it's not a problem if you use it. Okay. Salua, it's certainly difficult to teach a foreign language to little kids. Totally agree. Kareem from Smrt. Kareem, what about Kareem from Smrt? Like subjective, class on mood. Did Kareem do a class on something? I'm not getting the message here. Kareem did something. I'm sure he did something awesome. Exceptionally competent? Stop it, Lolly. You already passed this class. Get out of here. You're a native speaker. You're amazing. No. Exceptionally competent? Kind of competent. On my best day. On my best day, I'll be like kind of competent. Is it good to use all the time? No, it's not good to use all the time, Arij, but remember, a lot of the time you can kind of switch what you say. So, for example, the police arrested the man, normal sentence. Or the man was arrested by the police. Sometimes there's different reasons why we use the passive. I don't know if you guys have done the passive recently, but there's a few different reasons why we use the passive. Sometimes we don't know, sometimes we know, sometimes we don't care. There's a lot of different reasons. But so yeah, you can use both sometimes, and it's no problem switching back and forth. What else we got here? Gurum, it should be formal using passive. I don't know if it's always formal, Gurum. I mean, imagine, like, for example, I don't know who arrested the man. So I say, the man was arrested. If I say someone arrested the man, it's kind of like I'm giving you useless information. So sometimes we switch it and we just delete that information because I don't know who someone is. So I just say, the man was arrested. Yeah, I don't know who arrested him. So sometimes we use the passive because we have no idea who did that action. So that's a reason. So we would use that. That's not really formal. But yeah, but in formal writing, we do use the passive a little bit more. All right, Kareem's asking here, subjective mood. Okay, so just like different moods, like different, the passive voice is loved by me. I'm not sure what you want, Kareem. You want like different, like feeling subjective moods. So like feelings about moods and stuff like that, like maybe, probably we could do a class on that as well. All right, guys, so how are we doing here? Did we get something new from all of this? Did you learn a new word? Because that's, oh, thank you, Luciana. Stop it. Okay, but that's a good combination, I mean. Okay, so you used it in a different position, right? So you speak English beautifully. You used an adverb of manner. You didn't use an adverb of degree like we did today. What are the alternatives to using passive voice? It's not really an alternative because you're either using the active, the man, someone killed the man, or whatever. The police arrested the man, active sentence, normal, or the man was arrested. There's not really another way you can use. It's either, and so both are correct. You can switch. I don't think there's one. I don't think you have to use that one. I don't think you have to use the other one. It just kind of depends on the situation. Yeah, but yeah, definitely I agree, Judith. We use passive more for writing, maybe like a graph or an analysis or something like that. We might use a little bit more for that, yeah. All right, so, okay. All right, so there you go. Morocco, you take off your shoes after entering a house. So I hope you guys got something new from this lesson. I hope there was at least some new words that you picked up. If you didn't know how to say it before, maybe there's a few more for you. Excessively, exceptionally, remarkably, super, unbelievably, awesome, awfully, seriously. A lot of different ways you can use it, and you can use them all with adjectives together. So go out, make some sentences, use these, especially use the informal ones when you're talking with your friends in English, or maybe if you have a class that you go to, start practicing those, because all of these here, the informal ones, we use them every day in speech. The formal, informal, anytime as well. And the formal ones, well, whatever. You can use them when you're speaking to someone who seems important, or you could use them in some kind of academic writing, and that's all good. Does the word strongly exist? It does not, Adri. NB79, it does not. Strongly. Oh, sorry, that's not true. It does exist, but we don't normally use it with adjectives. We normally use it with verbs. So, for example, it is strongly recommended that you come back next week and Wednesday and Thursday and check out more Smart English. So we usually use strongly that way. Okay, good, sweet. Can I send the link again? Yes, I can. All right, so I've added a lot more stuff to the link, so check it out. There it is. It's all there for your viewing pleasure. Hope you guys got something from it, some useful vocab. Yes, we are back, Luciana. We're back. So Kareem the Dream, as I believe you should be calling him now. Where is he? There he is. This beautiful man right here, Kareem the Dream. We'll be back Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Vancouver time, and I will be back for the Paraná, my Brazilian students, on Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Vancouver time. Come check us out. Tell your friends. It's going to be awesome. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you very soon. Power through the week. Much love, much respect. Big hug from Canada. We're out. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.